Unit 4, Gender Equality. Exercise 1, page 43. 1.
Ada Lovelace, 1815 to 1852, was the world's first computer programmer. She realized what computers could do 100 years before anyone else.
2.
Florence Nightingale, 1820 to 1910, was a nurse. She was the mother of modern nursing.
3.
Marie Curie, 1867 to 1934, was a scientist. She was the first woman to win the Nobel Prize.
4.
Amelia Earhart, 1897 to 1939, was a pilot. She was the first woman to fly solo across the Atlantic Ocean.
5.
Nguyễn Thị Định, 1920 to 1992, was a politician. She was the first female to become a general in the Vietnamese Modern Army.
Exercise 3, page 43. Pronunciation.
Nurse, pilot, computer, first, famous, world, average, salary, mother, work.
Exercise 4, page 43.
Hi, I'm Mark, and I work for an airline company. I fly passengers from one country to another. I am responsible for the safety of the crew and passengers on board. I fly 80 hours per month, and I sometimes have to stay overnight in a distant country.
I'm Stacy, and I work from home. I don't need to go into the office because I can write computer programs from anywhere, as long as I've got my laptop. If I need to speak to my colleagues, I'll video call them on my smartphone.
My name's Helen, and I work at the hospital in the center of town. My job is difficult because I work shifts, and I sometimes work at night, but I love it. I really enjoy helping people, whether that's giving patients their medicine, bringing them their food, or just chatting to them. 4A. Exercise 1, page 44.
A woman's work is never done. In the past, there were a number of jobs that were traditionally thought of as man's work, but not anymore. Meet two women breaking those traditional barriers. Caroline works as a type of camera assistant called a grip. She holds and moves the camera on a film or television set. She really enjoys her job, but says it is hard work. There's a lot of heavy lifting that can be difficult. She thinks the physical side of the job is why there aren't a lot of women in this job. She found it especially difficult when she started. People thought she worked in makeup or the art department and would tell her to stay away from her camera. Now, however, they accept who she is and what she does. Emma is a mechanic. She has always loved cars and started working unpaid in a garage when she was 27. She soon knew enough to train for a qualification. Emma thinks that women are better mechanics than men because they are calmer and more easily able to focus on problems. She has also found that a number of drivers, especially women, prefer to speak to her about their cars because they trust her more. That's the reason she decided to open her own garage. She plans to open more garages so she can train more women to be mechanics.
Exercise 4, page 45. 1,
Plumber,
2,
flight attendant,
3,
Surgeon.
4,
Nursery teacher.
5,
Driver.
6,
Model.
7,
Astronaut.
8,
Secretary.
4C, exercises 1 and 2, page 48. 0,
I've been in Italy for 6 months. I moved here last summer after I got a job with a famous company. It was a big break I needed.
1,
I have loved drawing since I was a child, but I only really got interested in graphic design just before finishing high school.
2,
My job is great because I can try new ideas and help our customers getting noticed.
3,
No, it's not. It is a challenging job. We sometimes work long hours and we need to come up with new, fresh ideas. This is difficult but challenging.
4,
Well, one day I want to start my own company. I hope I will be able to do it.
exercise 4, page 48.
Hey, what are you doing here?
I'm waiting for my mum. We're going to a cafe after she finishes work.
That's nice. What does she do? Is she a bus driver?
No, she's a graphic designer. She's very creative. My dad's a bus driver. How about your mother? Does she work?
Yes, she does. My mum is a teacher. She's very patient. She really enjoys her job.
I think it's good that women work.
That's true. Everyone should be able to have an interesting career.
Certainly. But what about taking care of the house and the children at the same time? Isn't it tiring?
Well, it is. But I think that if everyone in the family helps, then it's possible for a woman to have a career as well.
That's true.
4D, exercise 1, page 49. 1,
Nurses need to be caring so that they can help people who are ill.
2,
Office managers need to be organized as they have to plan their work efficiently.
3,
Drivers need to be careful so that they prevent accidents on the road.
4,
Pilots need to be determined in order to complete their difficult training.
5,
Computer programmers need to be inventive so that they can find ways to make things work.
6,
Security guards need to be healthy so that they can protect clients.
exercise 2, page 49.
Hey, what's up?
I'm waiting for my mum. We're going to a cafe after she finishes work.
That's nice. What does she do?
She's a bus driver. She's very careful. How about your mum? Does she work?
Yes, she does. My mum is a nurse. She's very caring and she enjoys her job.
I think it's good that women work.
I couldn't agree more. Everyone should be able to have an interesting career.
That's true.
Exercise 5, page 49. Pronunciation. Intonation in WH questions and yes-no questions. 1,
What does she do?
2,
How about your mom?
3,
Does she work?
4,
Is John back from football practice, Dad?
5,
Is he taking a nap?
Culture Corner B. Exercise 1, page 51.
Working hard to help. Association in Support of Vietnamese Handicapped and Orphans, ASVHO, is an organization that works to make the lives of orphans, children without parents, and disabled people in Vietnam better. Started in 1992, ASVHO helps these people with medical treatments, transport, and places to live. Over the years, ASVHO has raised money and provided support to these people. This support includes providing important surgery and buying wheelchairs for disabled people. The organization also donates bicycles to orphans and gives financial support for their education. One of ASVHO's goals is to help these people live as independently as possible. It achieves this by creating housing communities and offering training that can lead to job opportunities. ASVHO works with the Vietnamese government to protect the rights of the disabled and orphans, as well as create policies that help improve their quality of life. Every year, it organizes events for them to show their talents and develop their skills. These events encourage disabled people and orphans to be part of the community. One popular event is a singing competition, where disabled people from all over Vietnam compete and the best performers receive medals. Another successful event is the Vietnam Disabled People's Day, which improves understanding across the country of the problems disabled people face. The work of ASVHO is an important support to the disabled and orphan community. For more information, visit asvho.vn.
CLIL B. History. Exercise 1, page 52.
Votes for women. When we think of women who have led the way, we often think of people such as Marie Curie, the first woman to win the Nobel Prize, or Amelia Earhart, the first woman to fly alone across the Atlantic Ocean. But there are also times in history when women have worked together to improve the lives of other women. This happened in the Victorian era, when women in Britain started to fight for their right to vote. Before 1918, women were not allowed to vote. From around the 1860s, groups of women started to come together to organize activities and talk about helping women to get the right to vote. In 1903, Emmeline Pankhurst set up the Women's Social and Political Union, or WSPU. The WSPU made speeches, wrote in newspapers, and demonstrated on the streets, smashing windows and setting buildings on fire. However, during World War I, the WSPU stopped their attacks and supported the government. As men were away fighting in the war, women took on many jobs that men used to do, like police officers and bus drivers. In these jobs, women showed everyone they were equal to men. In 1918, the government finally gave women over 30 the right to vote for the first time. It was an important step in the fight for equality for women in society. However, it wasn't until 10 years later, in 1928, that all women over 21 could vote as men could.